just
Kind of
made
made
it.
it. Mine's a lot lighter.
All right.
No, it went off the table. So
Gavin, you should do this too.
Well, this is last call where we're now spinning all our wedding rings. Suck a dick, Gavin! This actually isn't even my wedding ring, but it's what I wear.
Oh yeah, so you haven't gotten a replacement for
No,
that?
I'm just fucking lazy, and I gotta get around to it. So my wedding ring is shattered.
Don't even have a coin.
So I wear this one now, but this replacement is the wedding ring that my grandmother gave to my grandfather, which is why it's so old and
Oh, that's
tiny.
pretty cool.
When that stops, I'll take over with the audio. Because we need something like a constant drone.
We don't need it, but
Well, I mean, we've had it so far.
not really the same. Mine is a lot quieter.
Wow, yours is very
Silent.
quiet.
Silent. Shh.
It's like a totem.
It is.
nice.
So this is fun. Every time I think of this, what a hell of a fucking post show.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way. This is what Conan O'Brien did constantly when we were during the writer strikes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he grew the beard, and then so he was off the show for a long time. But then after like a month or two or whatever, maybe it wasn't that long. After like a couple weeks, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm coming back, but I won't use writers." And like Late Night with Conan O'Brien was just this really weird one-man show almost. It was awesome. But he would do a game where he would just spin his wedding ring and just see how long he could get it to keep going. Where like he eventually brought on a guest that like I can't remember if it was like some physicist or something to like give him tips of what would like let him spin it longer, and that's what was on the Tonight or the Late Show.
That is power.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was cool as shit. He just kept like setting his own records. He'd be like, okay, now's the time in the show where I spin my wedding ring, and he would just do it for like 3 minutes on fucking NBC, like
Yeah, they're like,
midnight,
well-
Imagine how much every
12:35.
second of that is costing people.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the credits of the full podcast,
Yeah.
I did this with my hair.
Yeah.
Then I went to the toilet and forgot I hadn't washed my hands. I have a green penis.
Oh, nice.
Gavin goes, "Oh, my dick is green."
Yeah. I
Yelled at? Were you in the
I was
bathroom?
next to him.
Yeah, I just peed and I was like, oh. And it, like the whole shaft is like it's been gripped by the Grinch.
Well, how do you piss? Do you hold your whole
Do you
dick?
grab your dick like this?
Well, I mean,
the whole
okay, so-
shaft?
Well, yeah, you pull out the head and then you just grab it.
And then you
right?
jerk
And
yourself
yeah.
off.
I pulled it out by the shaft. I didn't grab the helmet and like thread it through. I just whipped the shaft
Here's what
out.
I do, right? Belt.
Do you unbutton?
Yeah, so I went like this, unbuttoned, pulled that,
shirt.
Dude,
pulled that
your
down.
shirt looks
Yeah.
crazy.
You see where I did it? I just flipped that open and I just went down the box.
The camera was like perfectly cut right above. your
Yeah,
dick.
right where we want to
It
see
looked like
it.
a censored cut.
and then
It
I
was
go
good.
down the boxer strap, the elastic, get the shaft, and just whip it out from
Wait,
the
you go
shaft.
down the bottom? Why don't you just go through the fly?
No, I
Nobody goes through the
usually-
fly.
I go through the fly.
I
I
don't
fly.
either.
I have started
It's one
because I
motion
wear
though, right?
I wear a belt every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
same here.
And belts are a pain in the ass to every time. Like, take
see,
that off.
yeah.
It's not a pain in the
See,
ass.
Oh, I
Unhook,
hate that.
unbutton,
So I-
unzip, and then
I
let
zip,
go.
go through the
I
hole,
feed through,
You
and then
might
I go.
accidentally touch your urethra. If you go down, you just
What?
hit the
This
shaft.
is a huge
Whoa, what?
fear. You
Accidentally
could
touching
have a
your
stray fiber in your boxer that slips right down your urethra,
No, like,
according
what,
to
you don't
Gavin.
want to touch the end of it.
Well, that's the
You know, how are you grabbing your dick?
Do you pinch
Well, I
your
mean,
dick
if you-
and open it and then like slap
if you're
it on
going
the wall of
through
your
a small
boxers?
hole, you might.
It's not a small hole.
How-
It's a fly. It's like that big, and so you just you go like you unzip, and then you go in through the fly.
This
you
is the
get
most graphic
Gavin,
show.
no
one
one
finger
ever.
around it, and then you go
Everyone's
whoop,
just doing this.
and then you
Gavin,
just, it just comes right out.
offense, but how tiny is your dick that you're hitting the front of it when you're going through the hole? You don't have like neck that you can like hook.
Okay, so say.
I mean, I'm assuming you're a
Gavin doesn't
grown
have
male.
dick neck.
No. Okay, say this is the
Take
fly
your
hole.
neck.
Say this is the fly hole, right?
Okay.
Okay, you be this. You be the fly hole. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Be the fly
Well,
hole.
it's more like that. Like that's
Okay.
a fly.
So now we gotta face it to the camera.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
fascinating.
hang on.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Hang on. There we
Okay.
go. There's your fly.
So this is my penis, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be like, let me just get the.
Yeah.
Or I could just like go for the end and just pull that out. Otherwise, I'm bending.
no, what you
I'm like
do-
smushing the hole.
Unless you've got a
No.
boner and you can't pull it out
That's
of
the
the
thing.
hole.
Unless they get a boner, otherwise you just go one finger around the shaft,
and, boom,
then
and
you
it
go
comes right
whoop,
I
out.
don't want to hook my penis out with a hook.
You'd rather grab the tip of it?
No, I'd rather go down, grab the entire sausage in a fist and whip it out.
in a fist. Why do you have to take the whole
Because
thing?
you don't want to, hooking it out, it's like trying to hook a worm on a
You
hook.
use your waistband to do it. Just go whoop right out.
Yeah, just pull it and boom, it's out.
Look, no matter what,
Like,
how
all
it
it
went
is
down,
is one zipper, reach in,
Pull it
grab the
and
dick,
boom,
pull it out,
it's
it's out.
no matter what happened, there's like 3 fingers worth of green on my shaft.
I
went from a
pee-
Grinch grabbing your dick to now 3 fingers. So all right.
I pee like I'm grabbing a dog by his collar. Like I just get the end, and that's
And
all
then
I
you
need.
shake it around violently.
Yeah, it's like this.
Like this?
No.
Like a flamethrower?
No, it's like, okay, you go belt, loop, unbutton, zip, the jeans and the boxers come down. You grab the end, I pinch, flop, go to the bathroom.
Why are you
back
flopping
in.
if you've put your pants and boxers down?
And why
Because I don't like pulling around my ankle.
Why are you flopping while holding the end of your dick? Like,
Because it's like I'm pulling it out over my pants.
but there's no flop there. If you're
I
controlling
don't like
the end
that
of
I
it.
am in the same boat
No,
as Jack.
No,
on
no,
this.
he's the fucking level-headed one here. I agree with you. We have that. Where's that giant fucking?
I have a
that
green
snake?
head.
Why don't-
we
why
should
don't
grab
we
that
all-
snake and use it
why
as a
don't we-
fucking like a
The
representation.
box hole's ludicrous.
Why don't we all just get in front of the table and mimic how it happens? In a line, we'll see it all at the same time.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Count
You stand next to Jack.
And nobody actually get your penises out.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
consider
okay,
it. All right,
ready? On
so-
the,
So
on the
you
count
just-
at the urinal, yeah.
Yeah, on the count of 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Well, there's a gift for you.
Michael wins.
I think we just sold about 1,000 sponsorships because the comments on this are going to be fucking incredible.
I don't know why. Right there, you're bringing like not accurate to real life.
Wait, no, here we go. Allegedly.
Dude, this whole show's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, at first when they were like, you have to do it or else. I was
Oh,
like,
you know
oh,
what?
shit. But it's not so bad.
I should have done that because according to Gavin, I've got a huge dick.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Well,
yeah,
that didn't come up.
He already told that story, though.
I told
Oh, no,
you
let's
Minecraft,
quit.
I
He
just-
didn't, yeah, he
I
didn't
just
want to
had a-
retell
I
it.
just had a dream about Jeremy's massive penis, and now I just really want to know how big your penis is. I just want to be.
he said-
It
he
was
said-
like 12 inches.
He
It was
said
like-
in the Minecraft episode, he's like, I just can't stop thinking about it. Jeremy, how big's your penis? Just tell me. I said, I can't stop
Jeremy-
thinking
Yeah,
about
I'll
it.
put your
No,
mind. I'll
it
put
is.
your mind at ease. I don't have a 12-inch penis.
It's 14.
What is it big? Yeah, exactly.
It was just.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Jeremy's like, I wish I had a 12-inch penis.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's like thumping along the floor.
I wonder if like the dicks are
All right, I'll
probably
take
too
more.
small for that like medical problem, but you know how some women have like ginormous breasts and it fucks up their back? This usually they get like breast
Have to get
reduction.
reduction?
Yeah. Is there like I know there are like penis reductions.
So you have-
but
you have knee
is it ever
issues.
is it ever like my hips, like it just pulls you towards the ground? I feel like penises aren't big enough.
There's
Like
got to be
breasts
someone
can
who's
get
had
pretty
a,
big. Usually, guys not like I got a 20-inch dick. It's killing me. It's
gotta, like-
literally
yeah,
killing.
like-
It's like you can feel it ripping, like the
I keep
skin.
I keep
pulling.
stamping on it. It keeps coming out my jeans.
Something turns him on. He's like, no! Like, you can see all the color leaving his
Yeah,
face.
he just starts blacking out.
Yeah, he just goes pale. He's like,
Just ripping his
Leave!
jeans off.
put your tits away.
No!
Leave. Put your tits away. I'm blacking out.
Stop!
He's like trying to start to do a handstand to get the blood back to his head. His dick just hits him in the face.
That scene in the other guys. I'm blacking out!
Oh damn it! I just got
My
to touching
God.
my head.
Stop touching
You
your
gotta
head.
stop doing it,
But
man.
really, you gotta wash that out before we go downtown tonight.
Why?
Because you look ridiculous.
This is the guy who shaved half his face and forgot and left it like that for like 2 days. And you went downtown with that too, didn't
You
you?
did do that.
Idiot.
Meg's not gonna go downtown with you like that, is she?
I mean, no.
Unless you can find a new boyfriend.
No,
Find a new
I
boyfriend.
mean,
She doesn't like going downtown.
Really? I mean, you don't like going downtown either. From that comparison, like the last time we went downtown was with you and Meg. So
Ooh.
When?
I mean, probably like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like Meg doesn't like downtown. I go
You
downtown
gotta do it
all
more.
the
It's just-
time.
honestly, the biggest problem is I
It's
don't
just-
live with Jeff anymore, and I don't know how to drink alcohol anymore.
I mean, you
it
never.
is a
you
skill.
never
You
knew,
lose
though.
that skill.
I would
It's
get
true.
home from work, and I would be like midway through sitting down, and Jeff would put a drink in my hand. I was like, oh sweet. Drink all
Oh,
the time.
okay.
But now,
Gotcha. So your tolerance is shit.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're saying.
I've never had any addiction, so I never like crave booze. I'm never like, ooh, could do with some bets.
It happens
It's just
sometimes.
like if one's there, or like someone puts one in my hand, absolutely I have it. But I never crave
I'm
going
gonna
downtown.
put so many in your hand tonight, just nonstop.
Yeah, and I've just become a huge
Just
lightweight.
unbuckle first
and I
before
just
you
feel awful the next day. My hangovers are the worst. And I
really?
might have like 3 beers and I'd just be like, oh, I got a headache.
Dude, wait till
That
you get
doesn't
older.
sound like the worst hangover. Oh, I have a headache.
Yeah.
But if I never got drunk, then that's the worst. It's
Man,
like, why
getting-
did I just
getting
poison
hangovers-
my head.
That is bad.
Getting
yeah.
hangovers like after 30 is a nightmare. It's just like I remember
just
when I
can't
was
do
like
it.
in college and was like, oh yeah, it's fine. Wake up the next day like, all right, I'm good. Now it's like, nope, that'll wreck my day.
I used to treat RTX, like the first night of RTX, we'd have like a VIP party with all the people who bought those tickets, and they'd be like, yeah, best. And then Saturday, I'd be like, ooh, I should not have done that. I've got panels, I'm ropey. But it's fine. You sort of like have a bunch of Red Bull, and it's like,
It's like
and then you
rally.
just crash in the evening.
Right.
Now, I will not touch a
Yeah.
drop of alcohol RTX because
I'm-
I want to be. I mean, people have come far. I don't want to be hungover meeting them. I want to
Yeah.
be like, I want to be happy.
Which is a
and-
problem for us though, because a lot of people have come far to drink with us and get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
mean, what I really should do is we should just move the VIP party to the last day, and I would hit it hard.
Just
Yeah.
get
Oh yeah,
annihilated.
that's probably not bad.
But it's always right at the. It's always before the first day.
yeah.
Well, no, it's Friday night this year. I
I think
think.
you're puke and rally. That's what you're gonna have to
Oh.
do.
What's that?
It's tactical chunder.
Tactical chunder.
Puke and rally is like the American version.
Dude,
of
I'll do it.
tactical chunder.
I'll get drunk on Friday night. I think I only have one panel.
Never
this
seen
year.
you drunk.
Yeah. Well, we have stuff on center stage as well.
You've seen
so.
him drunk.
I've seen him fucked up a couple times.
I've never
Once
seen
or
him
twice.
drunk.
Him and Matt Bragg came over once, and they were both getting pretty loopy. Matt
I've never
Bragg,
gotten fucked up at your place.
You were a little fucked up.
Work wise, I've gotten fucked up once. That was
Matt
at a Christmas
Bragg was
party.
like Matt Bragg. His like one beer and his face turns completely red.
Oh, Matt's like
He
a
turns into a
light.
fucking tomato, and he
Light,
and he
lightweight.
giggles. He's like,
I mean, I've seen him giggle sober, so I can imagine. it
yeah,
really
it's off the
escalate.
charts when he when he gets drunk, when he drinks a beer.
Everyone's a different drunk, and some people have multiple drunks depending on if they're wine drunk or beer drunk
Yeah,
or
it
spirits
happens.
drunk.
Blackout drunk is very different from like beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The only-
I can't remember last night drunk.
Yeah.
Jeff is a punchy drunk,
Oh yeah, but and
and he's a fingery drunk.
but he's also fingery when he's sober.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
farting.
But it's just
Yeah.
like that's it. Jeff is just like it's Jeff plus.
Yeah, it is. You never
Yeah.
know what Jeff you're gonna get.
I'm a happy drunk. I like when I get drunk. I like want to make sure everyone's having
When
a
Jack
great
gets
time.
drunk, he when
Drumpy.
when Jack gets drunk, he jumps in the pool for money.
Oh, that's
at a
true. I
hotel.
did that.
In the
Yeah.
most
Were you
polite
drunk
way.
when that happened?
Huh?
Were you drunk when that
I had a
happened?
few.
we were drunk.
He's
I mean,
still so polite. He's like, I'm gonna jump in the pool, and then we got kicked out. He's like, sorry. Thank you.
Well, no, I mean I totally understand. It's like, oh yeah, we're being assholes right now. And even there were people in the pool when I jumped in. I'm like, hey guys,
Yeah,
just
you
let you
gave them
know
a
I'm
heads
about
up.
to jump in, and they're like, oh okay, and they kind of get backed up a little bit. It was a tiny pool though,
was
but as
not
soon as
huge.
I went in, they hauled ass out
They
of there.
got
Like,
the
all right,
fuck out of
peace,
there.
we're
God, I had to
walking.
take a break from Jeff on that trip. Like in the footage of
he
the hotel
annihilated
room,
you.
I'm nowhere to be seen. I was just sat in my room, just like
Yeah, you left immediately.
Jeff
and
was-
then you
he was-
trashed Jack's room.
fingering and kicking me like in the street.
was-
Like, I
Dude,
was
he
stumbling
kicked you
around.
so fucking hard in the leg at one point. I saw it get real. And you were like,
Yeah.
it was like foot to bone kick.
And
you
I
know
had
what
to
mean?
kick him back. I had to kick him back.
And then Gavin's mad when he retaliates.
At one point, I picked up his phone and I just chucked it across the room because he was
Dude,
like getting in my face.
That's right. We were
Yeah.
at
I was
the
like-
event. Again, it was when we were doing Rainbow Six. We were at the place in the hallway. I remember you chucked it. It hit the floor and went
Oh yes,
across
drug
the floor. It didn't crack though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
And,
we're-
and that's not uncalled for because he once
No, it was totally called
picked
for.
up my phone and just launched it over his head and it just smashed behind him and I was like, that's like $100 to fix the screen. He was like, you shouldn't have let me have it. I was like, I didn't really. I mean, it was in my hand. but-
Yeah, but he ripped it out of your hand and you allowed it to happen. So it kind of was your fault.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the people sat on a bench near where it landed were like, this is an iPhone, a bloody overpriced piece of shit.
Well, let's not say things we
mine
can't take back
works
later.
fine. I don't know about your
Yeah,
iPhone.
mine doesn't work great.
I think I might ditch the iPhone.
Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah?
I got
That's
a
a
I
claim.
don't think you will.
No.
I got
You
an
can't
invite
let
to
go.
a Google
You're too
Fi.
Apple-y.
Like that Google Fi, I
You
got an
get
invite to that
both.
thing. It's pretty awesome. Like I know some of the Funhouse guys have it, and it's like free worldwide roaming, and like the data rates are incredible, and also all your stuff carries over, so you get like 10 gigs a month, and whatever you don't use just carries
Yeah,
over.
but what's the
next
box
month.
look like that it comes in?
Well, no, that's the thing. The problem with it, it's all Android, so it's like I'd have to get an Android.
Do you get a
phone.
sticker with it?
I don't know if I get a
Oh,
sticker.
wow.
With
Is
it.
it,
The little,
is it
the
an
little
Apple?
green dude. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I pay way too much for my cell phone. So
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
for your phone or
I mean,
for your
I-
bill?
oh no, for the bill.
The only
Oh,
thing
okay.
keeping me attached to Apple is just iMessage, and it's like being able to message my family in England for free all the time is why I have an iPhone, basically.
I like FaceTime. Like, I'm FaceTiming with Katie right now. She's in Sydney, and so
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
I can just boop. All right.
I'm
hey,
sure there's
what's up?
an Android equivalent. I'm not in that infrastructure.
No, it doesn't
yet,
exist.
So I'm like,
Not really.
clamoring
It's
to-
impossible.
It's impossible. It just doesn't happen.
Just like iPhone. I got it when I moved to Austin, and I like it.
Yeah.
I've never used a Mac before I moved here in any capacity.
Word on the
Computer,
street.
phone, anything.
Word on the street this week.
Word.
They're renaming OS 10.
Yeah?
They already have iOS, WatchOS, tvOS. It's gonna be macOS.
Ah.
No more OS 10.
Yeah?
Okay.
Big news.
That I don't
Apple
give a shit
news.
Damn, dude.
There's is WWDC going on during E3 this year, I think.
Happens on Monday, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
WD-40.
Here's what's
WD-40.
spooky. Every
UB40.
fucking game that I can get on my iPad and on my phone, I want it on my Mac. Why can't I have it on my Mac? Give
Like
me-
play like a windowed version of the
give me
game
it.
or something.
Just let me play it. I mean, you could fucking like frame it however you want. Just like fuck you. Why can't I play it on my Mac?
I want YouTube Red to work on my Mac.
Does it not work on your Mac? Works
I mean,
on
I
the phone,
think-
right?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's only a phone thing. What does UB40 mean in this country?
UB40 is a band.
Yeah, I know, but what does that mean?
The band that had, I think, that one song.
I didn't know
What-
what the
yeah,
hell
what
it
was
is.
the
I don't know
song?
what
Yeah,
you're
it was
talking
a
about.
cover of something.
Red Wine is a good one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
UB40 is the name of the form for like unemployment benefits.
Really?
Got it.
Ah.
WD-40 is like
Or was,
grease.
it's not.
No,
Did
he
they?
knew.
I think didn't they do a cover of "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You"? Or was that a different band?
Yeah, that's them. It's
Take
like
a
they go like reggae with it.
Yeah,
bacon
yeah.
fat in there.
Okay. That's like old school 90s terrible music.
I don't know why this just thought. It's just like Jeremy just said WD-40 was a can of grease, and it just made me laugh. And I said, yeah, you just pour like you take a pan from like fried bacon, you just pour it right in the WD-40, and that reminded me that like grease like that, like bacon grease and cooking grease, you're not supposed to pour it down the drain because it hardens.
Right.
Like it solidifies and it'll clog your drains.
Oh, I thought that was for the environment. Is it just for your own pipes?
Well, it's for
I
both.
think it's for- yeah,
I think it's
it will
both.
solidify,
It's
it's
both,
bad.
but it will fuck your drains up because
Yeah.
it just like it just clings and turns like almost solid in there. So you're supposed to throw it away. But my oldest brother, who lives in Maryland, he's had a roommate he's lived with for like 10 years. The guy's a fucking idiot. He's just like so stupid. It's like living with Carl Pilkington. Like my
nice.
brother just tells me all the time, it's like it's this whole fucking thing, but like I'm not gonna say what his actual name is, but like based on what his name is and stupid shit he said, like, oh, I'm related to so and so. We call him Clark Kent. That's just not his name at all, and it's like the most insulting fucking name we can come up with. So we'll just be like, he'll just call me up and be like, yeah, Clark was at it again today, and the guy's just like a career scumbag, like petty criminal, like fucking, like he's always doing like shady like con shit that's not like. You go to jail forever for this, but it's like, dude, you're like 50. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Just like get a fucking job. Like for example,
Like
this is
stealing
like
candy bars or
like
something?
10 years ago, he's one of those people that he has like a job like every 2 years he's got a different job. Like he's always working, but it's like some shit like I'm either security, which is ironic, or like I'm a fucking janitor, or like I help the cleaning service, or like whatever. He just has like tons of odd jobs and shit. And he was working. I don't know if he was actually like a cleaner, but he was working with a cleaning crew at this like office building or whatever, and he worked there for like a week or two, and they eventually let him go because they were like, I'm sorry, but some cleaning supplies, they disappeared, and like you were on shift, so you're responsible for it, and blah 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 blah. And he's like, I didn't steal it. What are you talking about? And he's like, one of the things that was missing was this old vacuum cleaner. And because I was over at my brother's house, and like he's telling me the story, and like in this story, he's like, I didn't do shit. Like they let me go, and they said you stole this vacuum cleaner. And he's like, and I argued with them, like that vacuum cleaner was like older than dirt. It was older than like before I was born. Like why the fuck would I take that? That vacuum cleaner was worth like $20. He's like, I told him like it was there, and I didn't realize because it was so old. Like I threw it away one day, and I thought we were gonna get another one. Like it was just such an old piece of shit. I threw it away, but I really did steal it. Yeah. At one time he stole a paper toilet holder, a toilet paper holder. Like
There's 3 words there. There were 3 words. You made like 9 combinations of those 3 words.
Toilet paper, and I couldn't get the word paper towel out of my head, and it just wouldn't get out of my. I was like, paper, take it, paper
toilet, paper toilet
toilet.
roller.
It was a fucking toilet paper holder. It was like some like bronze looking one. He's like, I just stole it just because it looked nice. But he's just like a career like kleptomaniac. Like he just does stupid shit like that.
Oh, God.
So anyway, the bacon thing was, you're supposed to throw away the grease.
Right.
One of like the only things, he's like one of those like 50-year-old dudes that knows how to cook 3 things. Like he just eats eggs every day of his life because he doesn't know how to cook. He eats eggs and like hamburger helper. That's like all he cooks.
Gross.
Yeah. So, and he's like a guy that goes to the gym and all he does is biceps.
Oh, yeah.
He lifts weight,
Yeah.
but he's like fat as fuck. Like his gut's
Just,
huge.
like, giant arms.
He's never
Yeah.
worked out his legs a day in his life. He's fat. He looks disgusting, but he's like, I'm fucking ripped. Like he like just does biceps. But they live in a I think it's a townhouse, but it's like a bunch of houses next door, but they rent it. And my brother said like every morning, or like especially every weekend, he'll make breakfast. He'll do like 8 eggs and bacon and all this kind of shit. And he said every morning he takes the grease, he walks out the front door, and he just throws it in the neighbor's bushes. That's
oh
it.
my
Just like
God.
throws his
That
grease
stuff
like
goes so hard.
I know, like all over it. And he said one day he came home and his neighbor was out there looking at it like, I don't know what this is. And there was like not just the grease, but there's a bunch of like bits and there was pieces and shit of eggshells because he didn't even like, he did like, he guess he had them in the pan or whatever. I don't know if he threw the garbage in there or whatever. But the neighbor was, and he's like, I came home. He's kind of funny because he's got like a high pitched voice too. He's like, well, I come home and the neighbor's sitting out there and he's looking at all the grease and the eggshells and he says, well, Mike, I think we're getting birds. And I went, yeah, that must be it. And I just went inside.
Oh my
It's just
God.
like throwing shit in front of their yard every day. And he's like, they don't know it's me. It's like, just throw it in the garbage.
Jesus Christ.
This is a guy, I just like tell this quick because I could go on forever. But one other story was he was working security one time at a place where either they didn't have a bathroom for him to use, or it was like too far away.
Nervous about
It was
this.
kind of one of the deals where he had a booth, but I want to say he spent like an hour or 2 in the booth, got bored and like didn't have a radio, so then he went out to his car and was just sitting in his car for the night, like listening to shit in his car and fucking off. And he had diarrhea that night. So he said it just hit him and he really had to go, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And he said he just got out of his car, he looked around, and he just crapped on the side of the road next to the car. And he said he was like, he described it like soft serve ice cream as it coming out. Then he said he went back to his car and he just had napkins from like a fast food place. So he used that to wipe and then just threw it on the ground, got back in his car, then fell asleep while he was on security. He said he woke up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, was like, oh shit, like I slept the whole night I was supposed to be working. He said he looked at what he left in the road and it like froze over in the night and like all the paper was like stuck to it in the road. And he was just like, oh well, and then just drove home. And he was like, and that was the end of that job for me.
What a champion.
Yeah, and then, but that's the guy who's like, I'll find something next week.
Jesus
What a champion.
Christ.
Yeah, he's like in his 50s.
Dude, on the topic of like when you were talking about like the bacon grease and shit like that, we still have time, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have time yet. I don't know.
Real quick, go for it.
I don't know when they're gonna
Do it
tell
anyway.
me.
Do it
Yeah,
anyway.
I think they'll pump the lights for us.
All right, cool. But like I'm talking about bacon grease stuff. Me and my friends went camping one time. It was just like me and like 2 of my buddies, so we're like in Massachusetts, and we're like, all right, we're gonna drive to this place called the White Mountains, which is in New Hampshire, big camping spot. And we're like, all right, we'll just fucking go there. What's up?
Sorry.
It's like, we'll just, drive. We don't need maps or anything. Just go north. We'll find it.
Right.
So we start driving. We go pick up, this is extremely illegal, but we go pick up a bunch of beer. And so me and my buddy start drinking it. Like, I'm in the passenger seat and he's in the back.
Open container.
Yeah, and it's like 30 pack of beer. We drink them all. And like they're all on the floor, so it's like that scene.
Jesus!
It's like that scene in Family Guy when like he shifts over and it's like it's just a bunch of empty bottles. And we finally pull over to this one campsite and we pull in. We're like hiding all the shit. And we're like, hey, we're trying to find the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Like, where do we go? And they're like, you're in fucking Vermont right now. Like we somehow didn't even know.
states?
So we still refused to use any phones or anything. And I think this was before we had smartphones. So then we grabbed like those maps that are like this big.
Yeah.
And we were like trying to, but it was just me and my other friend were like hammered now because of this thing. So we're like trying to follow these roads to get through New Hampshire. Finally, we get
Vermont.
to this, through Vermont into New Hampshire, then to this campsite. We finally get there, and like the place was shit. I mean, like the guy had they had so many rules there. Like when we go camping, like you just want to just kind of go camping, like not have a bunch.
Go out into the woods and don't burn them down.
Exactly.
You know what
there
I
was
mean?
this guy who would come by on a Segway. And would yell at us.
That's camping right there.
And would yell at us about shit. Like they had like this fire ring, like this little metal ring. It was literally like that big. And they're like, you're gonna have your fire on this, and that's it. And we're like, fuck that. So like we moved the ring, and like the people camping next to us had like an entrenching tool, like the little shovel that unfolds.
Oh yeah.
And like so we took that and dug out a big pit and put rocks around it and had a huge fire. The guy came by, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You gotta use the ring. You can't. You gotta buy wood. You can't take wood off of the ground." Like
That's
that was
not free wood.
Yeah, he was like, "You can't take." We had like a hatchet in a tree because we had been like cutting down like and like. He was like, what's wrong with you? There's another tree with like all the branches broken off. There was just beer bottles stuck on the branches. And so that night ends, and we wake up the next morning. We had some bacon. We're like, all right, we have no way to cook this like at all. So we had brought like this little grill with us, but we didn't have any charcoal or anything. So we just took the dome off of like the little grill, like the lid, and turned it upside down on the fire and angled it. And put the bacon, like, laying on it so the grease would go to the bottom. And so me and my buddy are up, and then my third friend wakes up, and he sits down, he's, like, super hungover, and he's looking at the bacon, he's like, "Oh, bacon, that's pretty cool." As he says it, all the bacon slides down into the grease, and then it lights on fire. And he's just watching it in flames, and he goes, "Oh, bacon's done." And like the whole thing lit up. It was just ashes in the bottom of the thing. It was like, fuck. It's like one of the greatest moments camping I've ever had.
Bacon's done.
Bacon's probably done. It's like an inferno.
Oh my god.
Dude, that guy on the Segway.
Oh,
what an ass.
all right.
Hey.
All right, bar's
All right, we get
closing.
the idea.
That's this edition of Last Call.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. We're now being told to leave.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.